What's up guys, in this video I wanted to cover a couple of news posts that have been put on the RuneScape webpage because it's actually pretty interesting. There's a couple of wins in here from Jagex and I wanted to talk about them but also give you the news as well so you know what's going on. Because I know not many people check this page as often as maybe I do, because obviously I can get content out of it as well and I like to keep up to date with exactly what's going on. So we're going to start off by just looking about the recent world outages that they put up here and a message from us. Now this is a huge win because this is communication, and I've spoken about this and I'll talk about it more once we get to it, but this video shouldn't be too long on this bit and then we'll quickly jump over to the bit that the main reason that we're here. Okay, so it says, hey Scapers, earlier this year we had a few instances of different worlds going down unexpectedly, and we know that's been a frustrating experience for anyone caught in the incident. Keeping RuneScape stable and reliable is a massive priority for us, especially when it involves an impact to your experience. Since those very first incidents, the team have been hard at work investigating a root cause. We now believe we have this identified, but it's a complex issue requiring further information on how we fix it. Rather than waiting until we have a timeline on the fix to say anything at all, we felt it was important to let you know we are on it. Do we even need to go further than this? Like this, right? We'll come back to it actually. Once we have the fix fully identified, we'll be posting an update to share an expected timeline to keep you in the loop. Okay, cool. As part of that work to identify full fat fix, we may be scheduling some small downtime or whatever, and they say we'll give you a heads up on the week to remember. And then it says, thank you for bearing with us as we work to get it resolved. Right. The reason this is such a win is purely just this bit here. We felt it was important to let you know we're on it. Jagex, if any JMods see this video, I don't know if JMods watch this or watch any of my videos, I don't know, but I've said many times lately, this will keep your players incredibly happy. Just this, we felt it was important to let you know we're on it. If you tell players that the issues that they are experiencing, you're aware of them and you're on it, and you just acknowledge that it's there and say, hey look, it's going to take some time, we just wanted to let you know that we are looking at it, that people stop complaining about, look, there's another treasure hunter promotion but they've not even fixed this yet. Just say, yeah, the treasure hunter promotions are quicker to make, but hey, we know it's an issue, we're looking at it, we're gonna get it done. We just don't know when it's gonna be, but as soon as we know something, we'll tell you. This whole post, good. Now a lot of people are gonna say, they're only doing this to try and make people happier about their Staff of Armadillo. We're not gonna relate it to that. I don't know, it is what it is. The JMods are still looking at balancing the whole Staff of Armadillo. There's nothing on that sandstone yet. It is what it is. But this is great. This is good. Keep this up. And even if this is something that comes from the whole, we're nerfing Staff of Armadillo, and this continues, good. It's fine. It's a win. We'll take it. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about is this thing here, the community hit list. We want your feedback. So basically what this is Jagex is suggesting that they can fix the biggest bugs or the most like community focused issues or bugs that we don't like. Instead of them picking them out of things and going, maybe we should fix this, maybe we should fix this, they're going to let us do a survey or just like suggest all things that need fixing and then pick the most popular ones out of that are viable to fix. So this is huge and you should all definitely do this. Like you should absolutely do this. So I'm going to go through this, read it out so you know what's going on. Then we'll talk about it, and I'll link this in the description, and you can come here and you can just submit anything that you think needs to be done as well. So this is definitely something everybody should do. So it says, hey Scapers, we've recently been talking about our desire to put more attention into fixing bugs or making tweaks based on what's top of mind for you in a more timely fashion than we're able to do today. This is something we're working on towards as a week-to-week improvement for RuneScape, but the reality of shifting our development process to be better at this time will take time. We like to think of it as learning to crawl before we walk and then run. Okay, starting somewhere is definitely good. Anyway, while we improve our process to better track and act on your feedback in our regular development, we wanted to make a more immediate step in this direction in the short term with something we're calling the community hit list. The community hit list. The community hit list is a development project that was literally 3 times in a row. My bad. And around the size of a usual Ninja Strike, where we want to address the most burning tweaks and bug fixes in the community to get into the game as soon as possible. We're asking any interested players to submit their suggestions so we can gather up the most popular proposals and address them in a dedicated update in the next few months. So basically, they're saying, the things that that are bothering everybody the most, or the things that we're like, oh, I wish they'd fixed this already, and everybody's agreeing on it. These are the things that we can suggest. These are what they're looking for. So it says what kind of things can go into the hit list and which things can't go into the hit list. So let's have a look. As we mentioned, this community hit list update will be similar in scale to a strike, so a ninja strike. This means that there are certain areas we are focusing on that we can develop in a fairly timely fashion alongside all other content we're making for RuneScape. This means your suggestion should be one of the following. So basically things that aren't going to drag them away from main development. Bugs you would most like to see addressed. So bugs or tweaks to existing content in the game today. For example, mine right now, which I'll submit as well, is please make the runes in Zamorak Phase 7, the click boxes of them, not so freaking big. The B sometimes can completely ruin your kill. It is frustrating as hell. Please shrink that just a little bit, you know, just a little bit. And issues that break you out of your game experience. Okay, so these are things that can be included, and the things that can't be included is things like new content or additions to the game, graphical updates or reworks. Some of these are coming from Game Jam already. Yes, that means Karamja, so like the things that the Gemmers are already working on in their own spare time, and extensive overhauls to the elements of the game, such as new training methods or skill reworks. Like, this is basically, don't suggest them to do like in a little ninja strike and bug fixes. Don't suggest them to make new content, because that's obviously in the background, but at the same time, the things that can go in is like mention your bug fixes, mention little tweaks to existing content, and the things that are very popular and the things that get mentioned a lot will be brought up more. They'll be looking at it and they'll be focusing on that. So it says, how can I submit a suggestion? To ensure everyone can get involved, will that need to have an account or on a specific platform? We've just set up an official survey to capture your ideas. This is a quick fire survey that lets you voice your suggestions, along with giving us an understanding of who you are as a player, so we can balance that many suggestions we expect to receive to take all players into account. So you would just click here to submit your suggestions. I will link this in the description as well as this post, so I'll link both, so you can either come to the post and find it. In fact, no, I will just link the post, because I don't want to post any direct links to anything else. I'll just do the post. You can come to the post, you can go from there. I think that's just better. Yeah, I'll do that. What happens next? We'll be closing the survey on Monday, 11:59 game time. In the week following, we'll begin combing through all the feedback to find the popular ones, and then they'll see what's feasible, basically, is what they're saying. Depending on the scale of suggestions, or if we have a lot of competing popular requests, we may post another article with a survey to ask players to stat rank the top suggestions to guide our prioritization. Either way, we'll be following up once this process is fully completed to open about what we're working on and let you know any popular suggestions that can't make it into this update, whether that's the timeline or the suggestions being something that warrants more discussion. Okay, cool. So they're going to communicate the things as well, and they may ask us to basically like rank which ones would be better for us, basically. From there, we'll begin development. While we are focusing on the strike size update, we won't necessarily limit addressing things from the hit list to one strike size update. Some bugs or tweaks may come in with a weekly update, others may follow in another community hit list update if it makes sense to do one. If it's something we could benefit from further feedback, we may even spark up a conversation or two to discuss them in further while we're still in development stage. Okay, cool. I really think Jagex is maybe, I don't want to say they're underestimating how many they're going to get, but I think this is going to get flooded. And while that might be good, they're going to get a lot. I reckon there's going to be a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, a lot of the stuff will be the same thing, right? But this is going to be a lot to go through. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Other active opportunities to share your feedback. In case you haven't caught them, we've also got another couple of active discussions that we'd love your feedback on. Mod Sponge is working on the proposed Staff of Armadillo and dead changes. That's the thing on the Reddit post. And Mod Abe has been working on community feedback around future comp cape changes. So again, what I'll do is I'll link this whole post in here. If you want to go and give your feedback on the comp cape, or if you want to go give your feedback on the Staff of Armadillo, then go do this. It's important to do so. I personally think that the Staff of Armadillo damage rate seems like it's going to be a bit too low for what it is, like a big drop off. The overall change design of it, I think, isn't too big of a deal, but I think the DPS change is a fair amount, and that needs to be increased a little bit. That's my personal thought. But yeah, thank you everyone for the constructive, well thought through opinions we'll know you bring to this. We're looking forward to you coming back in April with the results of your submissions and show you how we're putting your feedback into action. Okay. This is another win, like another huge win, because if they continue to do this, this means that the things that we constantly complain about over and over and over again may actually get looked at and addressed. But I also want to just mention that this combined with this here, we felt it was important to let you know we're on it. These will go hand in hand to some extent, I would assume, because what's going to happen is we're going to submit these things, and then they're going to come back to us and they're going to say, okay, these are the things you've submitted, these are the ones we're considering, or these are the ones that we're going to do. And then they'll also say, if there's something that's like really, really popular, they've said in here, there's something that's incredibly popular, they'll explain why. They'll say, I mean, we can't do this, it's you know, we can't do it yet, or something like that. So we'll know what's going on, which is great, because then when they do release the next treasure hunter promotion, we're not sat there thinking, well, what about the like things that every single person in the game is complaining about? What about everyone's complaining about it? Why hasn't it been mentioned? So this is good. And like I say, for Jagex in general, please keep this up. Like, this is like such a big win. It is insane. I can't even, like, I'm repeating it again and again, but this is absolutely huge. So anything and everything, you just say, we know this is a thing and we're on it. This post was brilliant, good stuff, and of course there's another win as well. So people are going to say, hey look, 2 positive things to distract us from the Staff of Amadil. Maybe maybe that's what it is, but you got to be glad about the positive stuff at the end of the day, and the Staff of Amadil I think will be fine once we get there. I personally think it'll be fine once we get to the point of release, and even afterwards they'll continue to monitor it, I guess. Still a little bit sad about the DPS loss proposed, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, if you found it useful, please leave a like. Sub to the channel if you are new and like this sort of stuff, and make sure you come here and vote on this. Other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one, probably tomorrow. See you later, guys. Bye.